Okay, good morning, everybody. It's an easy Tuesday puzzle, that is, and the first thing we notice is the 1 is available. It has not been accounted for yet in the middle 9-cell column. So let's see if we can start off by 1, and I'm going to say a shout out to my favorite today, 15-year-old who's got a lot of growing up to do, but that's okay. That's a part of life. And she's in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, and she's 15. She turns 15 today. So on this special Tuesday. So I'm dying to give her the greatest gift in life later today. So I'll share that with you another time. So let's see here. We know there's a 1 missing on this column. I'm just spitballing here. So there's a 1 missing, and let's find out what the other number is it's missing. So 1, it's either in this. So we're now talking about this. I said column, but I meant this middle row. This middle row in this top row of boxes, middle row of cells, top row of boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1 and 9, both ends of the spectrum. So looky here, there's a 9 right there. So we know that's where the middle 1 in this middle column of cells on the 1 is going to go right there. So let's see if we can solve for the rest of the 1s. Okay, now let's go to the middle column of boxes. The 1's on the left, 1's in the middle. So this 1 here has to be right there. All right, this is exciting stuff. Let's go to this bottom row of boxes. 1's on the bottom, 1's on the top, 1 has to be in the middle. Uh-oh, not enough information. Let's go okay, let's make some notes. We can make notes here. So this 1 here, top row of boxes. So it's either this 1 here or this 1 here. Has to be 1s. All right. So 1 can't be here. Here now we're barking up the wrong tree. So let's look at here. This right-hand most column of cells. So it's the right side of the right column of boxes. This one right here. All right, look. 1 can be there, but 1 cannot be there. 1 cannot be there, and 1 cannot be there. So with regard to this column of cells, the far right-handmost column of cells, the 1 can either be there or it can be here. Remember we said we never met within anything, columns, rows, boxes, we never will put notes for unless it's 2 or fewer where the number can be. Well, if it's fewer, we know the number's there. So we made a note there with regard to that. All right. Hope that makes some level of sense. All right, let's go back and let's use our cheating down here. It wouldn't be cheating if you wrote them down. So 3 is the next smallest number. There's only 8. Check, there's only 3 8s remaining. Let's see if we can solve for 8. Far right-hand column of boxes, 8 on the left, 8 on the right. Therefore, 8 needs to be in one of those 2. Let's see if we can focus now on speed. By virtue of this 8 over here, it can either be there or there. Okay, let's go to the middle column of boxes. 8's on the left, 8's in the middle. Therefore, 8 can either be here or here. Okay. Oh, wait, look. 8 cannot be here. Therefore, this 8 must be here. Therefore, this must be an 8. All right, so let's go on the left-hand column of boxes. 8's on the right, 8's in the middle, 8 needs to be in the left. By virtue of the 8 being here with regard to the middle row of boxes now, 8's on the bottom, 8's in the middle, therefore 8 needs to be on the top. It can either be here or here. Wait, it cannot be here by virtue of this 8, therefore that 8. And we've solved for 8. Next is the number 4. So we have 7, 5, and 3. 3, 5, and 7 all have 4 remaining. Let's see here. Let's go with, I always tend to go with the larger number kind of arbitrarily. So bottom row of boxes, 7 on the top, 7 in the middle, 7 needs to be on the bottom, either here or here. Let's go to the middle row of boxes. So 7 is in the middle here. There's no 7 in this left box. 7's in the middle. So let's see here. On the right, 7, this cancels out these two cells. This 7 up here cancels out these two. Therefore, 7 can only be here. Therefore, let's go back down to here. The 7 has to be here. So the bottom row of boxes is solved for 7. 7's on the bottom, 7's in the middle, 7's on the top. The middle row, 7's on the bottom, 7's in the middle, 7 can only be on the top. The top row, 7's in the middle, 7's on the top, 7 can only be on the bottom. There's two cells. By virtue of this 7, it cannot be there, so therefore it can be there. We have solved for 7. Let's go to 5. 5, right-hand column of boxes. 5's on the right, 5's in the middle. 5 has to be there because it cannot be there. Okay, let's go in the middle column for 5's. 5, there's no 5 here yet. 5's on the right, 5's on the left. Therefore, 5 must be in the middle. This is going to be a 1. We know that, our little game within the game. Therefore, the only middle column of 3 cells in the top box that was empty was going to house the 5. We're down to 2 5's remaining. So, top row of boxes, 5's in the middle, 5's on the top, 5 needs to be on the bottom. But right now, with this left-hand row of 5's, we only have 1 in the middle. So we're going to make notes. 5 can either be here or here. It cannot be there because of this 5. So that leaves us with this middle row of 3 boxes. 5's on the bottom, 5's on the top. 5 needs to be in the middle. There's only 2 cells remaining in that dimension. 5 cannot be here, therefore 5 is here. Therefore, when we go to the top left-hand box, the 5 cannot be there. It can only be here. We have solved for 5. Now we solve for 4. Check for 3. Let's go to the top row of 3 boxes. 3's on the top. 3's in the middle. Therefore, 3 has to be in one of these 2 cells. Look at this downstairs neighbor. Cannot be here. Therefore, the 3 needs to be there. Let's go to the left-hand column of 3 boxes. 3's on the left. 3's in the middle. Therefore, 3 can only be on the right. Quick look over here tells us we don't know yet. So let's make a quick note. 3 can either be there or there. All righty. Then let's go to the middle column of 3 boxes. 3's on the right, 3's on the left, therefore 3 needs to be in the middle. Aha, we need to make notes just like here. Okay, so we know there's a 3 down here, but this column has already been solved for 3's, or has it? No, it has not. So right-hand column of 3 boxes, 3's on the right, there is no 3 here, 3's in the middle. Therefore, the only place 3 can be is right here. This doesn't help us with regard to this, so we're left with 2 3's remaining. The next smallest number's all the same. It's 5. There are 5 remaining of 2's, 5 4's are remaining, 5 6's are remaining, and 5 9's are remaining. Let's go with 9's. Let's see if we can be assisted with 9's. So on the right-hand side, right-hand column of boxes, 9 is in the left. Okay, we go up here. There is no 9. 9, and there are no 9's in the top row of boxes. So 9 can either be here or here. Now, really quickly here, there are only 3 left that are empty in the top right-hand box. We know that the 1 can either go here or here. The 9 can either go here or here. Let's determine what the other number is that's missing. It's the number 4. Okay, we could do it by looking quickly or just by deduction. 1 can either be here or here. 2 is there. 3 is there. There is no 4. So now let's look at the top row. Okay, 4 can either be on the bottom, 4 can be in the middle, therefore 4. But now let's look elsewhere. 4 we do not see in this bottom box, this right-hand box here. We do not see a 4, so therefore it either needs to be there or there. So the 4 could not be there. That would put us in 4's here and here. If we did not have this information, we still would come up with pairs. The 4, let's write that out. Based on the downstairs box, the immediate downstairs box alone, the 4 could either be there or there. Well, now we have pairs. 1 or 4 could be here, 1 or 4 could be there. Therefore, even though the 9 could be there or there, the 9 cannot be there. The pairs take precedence. The only place the 9 could be would be right there. Now we solve for 4 by using this information. 4 cannot be here. 4 can only be there. Therefore, the 4 goes there and the 1 goes there. I hope that makes a level of sense. So now, 4 can be here or here. We're on the right-hand side with regard to 4's. Right-hand column of 3 boxes. So looky here, we got a 4 here. So the 4 needs to be there. And since we're here, we can solve for this box. There's a 1 is the missing number. Okay, and now since we're at 1's, 1, 1, we know how we like to get rid of 1's. That, by the way, is the final cell in that left column of cells in the right column of boxes. We can also solve for this middle column of cells in the right column of boxes. 1. 2 is the missing number. Okay, let's go back to 4's. 4's on the left, 4's in the middle, 4 needs to be here. There's a 4 here, so the 4 is either here or here. If we want to get rid of this 1, because we've already accounted for the 1, all we do is repeat the 1. That was a crooked 1. And that was 14. How old my favorite 15-year-old in Regina, Saskatchewan, how old she was yesterday. So we had to get rid of that 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is missing, and 9 are missing. 6 and 9 are missing. So by the way, 9, we don't have information as far as 6, but 9 is here. So if we wanted to make notes, the 9 can either be here or here by virtue of that 9. And the 4 can be there or there, and we can get rid of this 7 because the 7 has been accounted for. And the 6 can be in either one of those 3 based on the information we have now. So again, we only write down a maximum of 2. So technically right now, based on the information we have, the 6 could either be there, there, or there. So let's go to the middle column with regard to 4s of 3 boxes. Middle column of boxes, 4's on the right, 4's on the left, 4's in the middle. It's accounted for. Left-hand column of 3 boxes, 4's in the middle. Okay, so therefore the 4 can either be here or here. Okay, now here's another example. On the bottom left box, we have the 4 cannot be there. Okay, the left column of boxes, the 4 cannot be here. Well, of course, they're already taken. Therefore, on this, based on the information we have, the 4 can either be, it cannot be here, but it can be there, there, or there. And so that would be 3. We cannot write it. If we wanted to go based on columns, this far left column of cells, the 4 cannot be there. We know the 4 can be there. The 4 cannot be there. Therefore, if we wanted to put the 4 with regard to columns, it can either be there or there. But we should also know it can be there, there, or there with regard to this column, so we're not going to write the 4 there. That's, we're done for 4, so we cannot solve totally for 4 yet. Okay, and so now we're down to only 2 3s. Let's see if we can solve for 3s. Top row of 3 boxes. 3's on the top, 3's in the middle, 3's on the bottom. 3's on the right, middle row of boxes. 3's on the right, check in the middle. 3's in the bottom, on the bottom, 3's on the top. It's solved. On the right-hand column of boxes, 3's on the left, 3's on the right, 3 needs to be in the middle. It's solved. So let's go to the bottom. No, we don't. We can solve for this one here. There's only 1 missing, this center box. 9, 8, 7, 6 is missing. Okay. Let's go to this top row of boxes. 6 on the bottom, 6 in the middle. Therefore, 6 needs to be in the only blank cell on the top, in the top box. Okay. All right, 4's, 3's. So we said 3's. The 3's still have these 2 that cannot be solved yet. So let's go back to, let's go to 2's. We have not looked for 2's yet. Top row of boxes. 2's on the top, 2's in the middle. Therefore, 2 needs to be on the bottom. middle row of boxes. 2's on the top, 2's in the middle, 2 needs to be on the bottom. Oh, we have pairs. So look, we're going to have, it's either going to be 4 or 2 or 4 or 2. So you have this example here. So 4 and 2 are here in the middle. There's no 4's and 2's in this bottom left-hand box, and there's no 4's and 2's here. So you have 2 cells remaining. It has to be in either one or the other. So let's check this out. Bottom row of 3 boxes. The 2 is on the top. There is no 2 here. There is no 2 here. But look, as far as this middle column of boxes, 2's on the left, 2's on the right. Therefore, 2 needs to be here or here. But look, it cannot be in the top of these 2. Therefore, the 2 has to be here. Therefore, the 3 has to be here. Oops. Therefore, the 3 has to be here. Okay. All right. Now, show you something else. 4's. Okay. Now, we know this 4, therefore the 4 has to be here or here. So look, bottom right box. The notes tell us the 4 can either be here or here. We cannot solve for the 4 yet. Let's make a note. So now they're neighbors, up and downstairs neighbors. So the 4's can either be in one of these right here. All right? But that tells us the 4 cannot be there. Therefore, this has to be a 4. Now that told us the 6 and the 9 remain. Well, we don't know about the 6 just yet, but we know that that can't be the 4. This can be a 6, or that can be a 6. So far we have the pairs there. All right. So let's see, we were talking about 2's. This 2 right here makes it so that that cannot be a 2 and that cannot be a 2. Therefore, this must be a 2. Right above it in the box immediately upstairs, we said that could be a 2 or that could be a 2. Well, now we know that cannot be a 2. Therefore, this must be a 2. Therefore, this must be a 4. Therefore, this must be a 4. And therefore, whatever number is remaining, which is a 6. Well, if that's a 6, that cannot be a 6. Therefore, it must be a 9. And therefore, this must be a 6. This is a 6. Therefore, this cannot be a 6. The only one remaining it can be is a 6. And the only number that's left here is a 9. Which is the only number that's left here? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's solve if we can for, we've got 2 1s and 2 9s. So let's say all we got to do is 1s. So let's see if we can solve for 9. We know that's going to be a 1. That's our last one. That means there's only one blank left. We have 1 9 remaining. Let's go here. This cannot be a 9, therefore that has to be a 9. And now that only leaves us with one other 1. And we're done with the puzzle. Whoa, come on. Have a great day. Happy birthday to my special new 15-year-old as of today. And we'll see you tomorrow for Medium Wednesday. Later.